Okay. Okay. So come to this problem. Along with this problem, we'll also understand the next theory. Mr. Tamarind. Along with this also we'll understand the theory. Come to this, Mr. Tamarind. Okay. So what this theory says, arbitrage pricing methodology, APT model, arbitrage pricing model. So what does arbitrage pricing model tells you? It's an extension of CAPM return. What does CAPM return told you? CAPM return, under CAPM, the expected return of a security is given by RF plus RM minus RF into the beta of a security. So beta means what? Beta of security means what? When the market changes, how my security change. The relative risk between market and security. Correct? That's what beta tells you. Beta compares between security and market. Relative risk. How they change as a responsiveness, sensitivity, relative movement. Now this theory says when you talk about market, you can't tell only one market. We discussed in systematic risk, so many market factors, so many macro factors are there, and every factor will determine for a company differently. For example, when RBI changes the rate of interest, banking stocks are affected more, IT stocks are not affected more. When the foreign exchange rate changes, the IT stocks are affected more, banking stocks are not affected more. When inflation rate changes, consumer stocks like your Nestle, ITC, so those stocks will have more impact rather than software companies. So in market also, we have to analyze every market factor, how its impact on your company. You can't take one blanket amount. Different market factors will have different impact on your company. Though it's a market factor, though it's a macro factor, the impact will be at different levels, different degrees for different companies. So what this standard says, don't take one market factor, instead you divide this into different factors and you call that as factor betas. So they give the formula, return of a security under arbitrage pricing model, APT, arbitrage pricing model, return of security as risk-free rate, they call it as lambda 0, risk-free rate only, plus lambda 1, beta 1. So beta 1 is the factor 1 beta. What is factor 1 beta? For example, inflation, GDP data, industrial output, or foreign exchange rates, bank interest rates, RBI rates. One factor beta multiplied by that respective factor premium. Factor premium plus lambda 2 multiplied by beta 2, second factor premium, plus dot 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 dot. Don't get offended by these symbols. These are all the symbols given by the foreign people, so they're using this lambda, beta, alpha and all. Had we Indians developed, you would have called some Om, swastik and all. That's a symbol thing, so don't worry about it too much. So here, this is very good method, very ideal method, but not practical method. The reason is, this is like telling what kind of person you want in life as life partner. I want good looking, fun loving, rich, with lot of friends, have lot of interest, good in everything, you should not tell lie, always fun loving, always should crack jokes, and you should have a good face, everything, and you have good family, good friends, and good education, good job, good assets. In short, such person does not exist. So everything you want, it's not possible. So this arbitrage pricing theory also is very, very, very good in theory, not in practicals. Why? Because when you say factor 1, factor 2, which factor? How do you identify for which company which factor? You are absolutely right, different factors will have different impact, but computation for every factor, every company is very, very difficult. You don't have data specifically. You can do lot of analysis required, and beta 1, beta 2, for every factor you have to compute separate betas. Where will you go? How do you compute? So it requires lot of statistical analysis, for which in practical life data may not be available and data may not be reliable. And again, you know, too many cooks spoil the broth. The purpose of getting the return, purpose of ascertaining required rate of return may be lost when too many data flows around, like the way what is happening now. Too much of information, WhatsApp also, Facebook also, we really don't know what is right and what is wrong. And some people blindly believe, some people blindly oppose. You don't apply your mind, and applying mind also requires some time. When some WhatsApp forward comes, to check whether true or not, you need to go to the Google or some newspaper search and then believe it's true or not. We don't do that. We like the fast, straightforward. In a way it's fine, because here also same impact happens. Too much data point, too much analysis, too much statistical analysis. Everybody may not be equipped to get these data points. In exam, not a problem. Why? They will give you these data points. What are the factor? They will give you. What are the factor beta? They will give you. In exam, not at all a problem. Practically very, very difficult. So still CAPM is the darling of market and research analysts throughout the world, because it's simple and it's effective and it is available. Because for beta of security, how do we calculate? Security return, market return, 2 columns you calculate, easy to calculate. In Excel there is a formula to compute the beta also. We say equal to slope, select the 2 columns, you get the answer faster. So it's simple yet effective and data is available, and that is why still today, even in exam point of view, the focus is always on CAPM. What is lambda 0? Lambda 0 same as risk-free return only. That is not different. Starting point is 0, lambda 0, risk-free rate. Then incremental, what do we do is in the same structure, premium multiplied by beta, premium multiplied by beta. So that structure is same, but for different factors, different premium will be there. Assessing the data and dependence on data is difficult from practical aspect point of view. Let's do this problem, we'll get it. What is arbitrage pricing model? Question only is there. Please read the question. Please read the question, you'll get the answer. Everything you need not depend on me. Mr. Tamarin intends to invest in equity shares of a company, the value of which depends upon various parameters as mentioned below. GNP, inflation, interest rate, stock market index, industrial production. See, these are all factors. These are all factors beta. And how to compute factor premium? They said expected value minus actual value. Sorry, actual value minus expected value will give you factor premium. And risk-free rate is 9.25, lambda 0. How much is the return of the share under arbitrage pricing theory? Let's calculate under APT. The return of a security is calculated by lambda 0 plus here how many factors we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 factors. Lambda 1, beta 1 plus lambda 2, beta 2 plus lambda 3, beta 3 plus lambda 4, beta 4 plus lambda 5, beta 5. Okay, lambda 0 risk-free rate. Risk-free rate 9.25, 9.25. Lambda 1 is the difference between these two. Expected value minus actual value. It can be negative or positive also. So difference is what? Factors, premium, lambdas. In the exam, you can repeat these two columns once more to make it look like a 5-mark solution. Otherwise, we are presenting the answer in one line. So in the exam, to compute the factor premium, you prepare one full table. It looks like you're calculating so much things. It is nothing but difference between these two. 7.7 minus 7.7, 0. 7 minus 5.5, 1.5. Actual value minus expected value is the factor premium. 9 minus 7.75, 1.25. 12 minus 10, 2. 7.5 minus 7, 0.5. It can be negative also sometimes. So 7.7 minus 0, this is 0. Okay, 0, 1.5, 1.25. 2 and 0.5. These are all lambdas. Beta value also given already in the problem. 1.2, 1.75, 1.3. 1.2, 1.75, 1.3, 1.71, 1.71. Please multiply this and tell me the total. What do you get? $17.41. Right? 13.4. 13.4. That's all. So exam point of view, this will not be a complicated one. One complicated question can be asked slightly different, which we do next. Hope it is done. I'll go further.